Welcome to Another Look, a film podcast where we go back and discuss a filmmaker's body of work, from their hits to their misses, as well as genres, eras, movements, and everything in between. It's Ben's month, and we are watching Wes Craven films. I'm Ian Killian.
I'm Jordan Mushnow.
Nick Creekbaum.
Ben Riley.
So, happy... Is it October? It's October 1st. Happy October. I probably shouldn't say the date because that's the weird thing. But anyway, happy October.
Happy October.
Mm-hmm.
The Ghoulies are coming out. I started my horror movie. I made a little list on Letterboxd. I started watching some of them.
What'd you watch?
I watched American Werewolf in London.
Cool.
And there was something else I watched. Don't remember, but I have. It's all like stuff I can stream easily. Like I don't have to buy or download.
That's cool.
But I mean, it's like 20 something, so that'll fill my month up for me.
Did you ever see American Werewolf in London before?
That's the first time I watched it in entirety.
Like when I watched, I've only seen it once, and it was always one of those movies everyone talks about.
Yeah.
I thought it was good.
It's cool.
love it,
That
yeah.
ending the whole end scene is awesome.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that.
And what do you like better, that or American Werewolf in Paris?
I'm sure a lot of people are going to say Paris.
London. I've never seen Paris, but I've heard it's
I've
bomb.
never
I've
seen
never
it.
seen it.
But yeah, so I have like the Black Coat's Daughter on my list.
I
the
think I
movie.
like that, yeah.
And then like the new Gerald's Game. I also have Under the Shadow, Eyes of my Mother. Then like some weird like French. I think it's French called Evolution. It's about like
I've
children
heard of
or
that.
something like that.
I liked all those movies you just said.
So I have like a little range. I know Bride of Reanimators on Amazon Prime, so I'm gonna catch that. So I'm excited to get scared.
Yeah, the two movies, shocker. The two movies we watched for this, and then also what we're seeing tonight, also kind
Yeah.
of going.
So
that.
so far I'm just
Yeah, you're
covered.
nailing it, yeah.
Oh, Pumpkinhead. I'm gonna watch Pumpkinhead soon. So yeah, there's some cool stuff on my list. Anybody watch anything cool recently, Nick?
We already talked about it.
We did, but I feel like you and
we
I
didn't really talk about
I feel
it.
like you and I should talk about this because you were heavy. You're very
Heavy-handed.
pro it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was
number
kind of
2 of the year.
I was kind of meh about it. Now you're feeling the same?
Well, not meh, but it's dropped a star for me.
Yeah.
Half
I-
a star.
No, whole star. I rated it 4.5. Now it's 3.5.
Oh, did
Can
you?
you fix that mic a little bit?
Yeah, sorry.
Up a little higher. There, perfect.
But it, I'm just getting sick of it.
Well, why do you think?
Why do you keep seeing it?
Not because of the fact that I've seen it.
You're
3
sick of the
times.
pop culture.
Yeah,
of it.
I'm sick of the whole craze behind it.
Yeah. I mean,
Is-
that's going to happen for any big
yeah, anything
movie.
with a lot of people going to see it, that's going to happen.
Especially with an iconic image.
It's rare to watch a movie 3 times and not get sick of it.
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
a one
Yeah,
span.
but I'm sick of, like, it's good, but it's not that good to me.
No,
to be,
I don't think so either.
to be as big as it is. Like, it just
Oh.
shocks me.
Well, I mean,
I think it has appeal, though, to
Yeah.
a lot of different kinds of people.
it's very like not fluffy, but it's friendly enough or open enough for people of all groups to like it. You know what I mean?
Do you like Insidious or The Conjuring a lot?
Conjuring, not so much. Insidious, more than The Conjuring.
Do you feel the same about them because they are
The Conjuring, I definitely did.
because that's that would probably be the other big one of the last
Yeah,
few
But
years.
it's a
Mr.
little,
Peanut.
It's a little different though for The Conjuring because I wasn't so fond of it from the get go. But this I liked at first, and then I'm just like, man, I'm seeing more and more. I'm seeing more and more, and I'm just like,
What are you seeing that you don't like now?
like
For it,
Pennywise is cool, but he ain't that. But he ain't that fucking cool.
well, I don't think he's okay. He's not in it as much as I assumed.
And like
I
I'm reading,
think he's in it a lot.
like that article
Well,
I just sent
okay.
you guys, like people wanting to have sex with Pennywise.
Well, that's
like,
that's just fucked
That
up.
has nothing to do with the movie,
I know,
though.
but it's just an example of like how
I think it's awesome.
Unfollow Vice because that's the shit they
So
post.
what was the quote?
it's something about eating out with Pennywise's teeth, getting eaten out with Pennywise's
yeah,
teeth.
that was just one of the many. In
But
the
yeah.
article.
But it just makes me cringe because it's like it reminds me of Heath Ledger Joker. It really does.
It's the same thing. It's an iconic image that people just fucking shove into the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Heath Ledger is actually great.
yeah,
Right.
I mean, he won an Oscar for
No
that.
one thinks that Bill Skarsgård is going to get nominated for an
Yeah.
Oscar for this.
He drooled a lot. That was
He talks like a kid.
I think that is cool.
Yeah.
I think he's just so much worse than Tim Curry.
Yeah, I do too.
I just hope that this next one is
Well,
is
well,
good.
I think we talked about this last time. I'm very curious to see how it's going to work out because I think what the movie had for me to like was like the kids stuff, and that was cool.
Yeah, the
But-
kids
so
stuff
as
was
like
cool.
as like an adult, like when they're adults, I feel like I would maybe care less, or it'd be less spooky to me. I don't know.
Well, if they cast the right people and you can like buy that they're the kids' characters,
Yeah.
you might be able to
Yeah,
care about
be
it
connected.
I
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
the idea of them being haunted by an actual thing from their past
Yeah.
and them ganging up together to actually fight it. The way
Yeah.
they
There was no
in this one they don't
planning.
really there's no plan. They don't really get together and plan out what they're going to do. They just walk into the fucking sewers and they're like, "Oh."
And even as a kid, I would be like, "Oh, well, you got to do this, you got to do that." You know what I mean? It's just sort of like common sense
Yeah.
things. Just sort of show. You don't have to fucking. Doesn't have to be a procedural.
I love the scene where the doorway drops down and he starts skanking,
Like
in
dancing.
CGI or whatever the
you
fuck he's doing.
you actually like that part. You do. You told me you defended that part.
Oh, so
before.
now he doesn't?
you don't like that part now?
He doesn't
Kind
know.
of goofy as hell now. All those memes
It was
that came
goofy
out
as hell
with
the
like
first time.
a pop song playing over
And he's
it.
dancing
yeah,
to like
yeah.
Oh,
Rihanna.
that-
Yeah.
memes ruined it for you. But the memes with the Tim Curry one about like him being in the sewer and offering people like student loan relief and stuff, and then like
That shit-
jumping down. That's
Yeah.
hilarious.
That shit's funny.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. Maybe when the director's cut comes out, I'll be warmed back
The
up to
hell's
it.
the
But
director's
Are they
cut?
coming out with
I'm
that?
just getting sick of it. I'm just really getting sick of it.
I think the director is the problem.
Yeah. So yeah, I
Well,
think
he's
so
supposed to
too.
do
I
Pet
think it's a
Sematary.
good story. He says he's going to.
That's just him saying it. He didn't say he was actually like
I
signed
bet you
on
they'll
to do
give
anything.
him the keys to the castle, much as money as that is making.
Yeah.
Well,
But maybe he could fail the next one.
we have two, even though that's better than Dark Tower. We have two on Netflix this month,
Yeah.
which
Gerald's
they
Game?
said Gerald's Game in 1922.
Oh yeah.
Which are 1922 is not on Netflix till the end of this month.
Yeah.
But some words have said that they're both better than it.
And Dreamcatcher's on Netflix.
I like that one.
I've never seen it. That's on my list for horror.
I like even the bad Stephen King movies more than it, but I do like it.
And I'll post that that list on our Facebook if people
Yeah.
wanna.
What did you
I
give
want to
it?
see it.
It a 3 because I don't think it's very memorable to me.
I gave it a 3.5 because I do think it's pretty good, but it has
I,
real
I
issues.
had fun during it, but like yeah, I just couldn't really care about it until like the haunted house scene where I was like, oh
yeah, that scene's good.
yeah. But anyway, enough about it. Enough about shit. Jordan, what you watch anything good or do
I actually
anything cool?
did watch another Stephen King adaptation, which was the Gerald's Game,
Yeah.
and that was good.
And does that have anything to do with Hey Arnold?
It's so
I wish.
weird because what happens is Gerald from Hey Arnold
Is into BDSM
and his wife, they go on a retreat to fix their marriage by like spicing up their sex life, and he handcuffs her to the bedposts and role plays, and she doesn't like it and says stop, and he gets upset and has a heart attack and dies.
Mhm.
And then up from his body, Gerald's hair just like raises up, and it becomes real terrifying. But the whole movie, besides the last 15 minutes, which a
Mhm.
lot of people seem to hate, and I'll talk about, not in a spoiler
No
way.
spoils.
Yeah,
But-
I want to watch it.
Yeah. But so it's just her on that bed, and she begins to hallucinate and basically have like Gerald from Hey Arnold and herself talk about the situation she's in
'Cause
and how her past haunts her.
It's kind of like a survival situation, right?
Yeah. But it's more or less about overcoming trauma from her past.
Yeah.
And she uses this kind of isolation to go back to that. And it's really interesting. There is not a supernatural thing, but a thing that almost seems supernatural. The hallucinations you can rationalize. Obviously, dead people are talking to her, but they're just hallucinations.
Yeah.
What about Captain Pike?
What's
Bruce Greenwood.
oh
Oh
he
yeah,
has a heart.
from Star Trek.
He's good. All the acting is really good. But
I heard is it problematic at all? Because I heard some people talking about it.
everything's fucking problematic.
Well, I just because like Stephen King has some weird stuff in his books that I
Yeah.
think is. So I think I saw like a headline about it. and I'm
You
just
mean
curious.
like because she's against her will and
Yeah.
she doesn't
Well,
want him to do
but
that?
I think it's like you will like one of our movies today you could take as something racist, but it's satire. It's used as an example. for
both of
something.
those movies.
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah.
One a lot less than the other.
Yeah.
but
So,
Yeah, so-
I just didn't know.
well, I would say it's consensual.
Yeah.
but she doesn't end up liking it.
Yeah,
you know what
yes.
I mean?
And she wants out, and that's what
She-
that's the plot of the story.
yeah, and she wants out. That
Yeah.
is
all right.
the narrative device. But
Okay.
at the end, it turns into kind of like a novel with narration,
Okay.
and it like unfolds a lot of story that obviously doesn't happen in it, and it kind of uncovers things about the event that you were confused about in an interesting way, I think. But a lot of people really hate it because it's a big departure. But it feels very much like a like almost like an audiobook with visuals.
Like
Like-
BDSM.
Now, did anybody read this?
I did not.
No. Is it supposed to be good?
I heard somebody say it was their favorite,
Is
but
it
I'm sure
a novella, or is
I
it a
don't-
full?
I don't know.
I think it's
Yeah.
a shorter one, but I'm not positive.
Yeah, I'm
I
not
just-
sure.
Secret
I'm just
Window. I
assuming.
read that one.
no,
that-
you did.
that's-
You
I
didn't
swear to
read
God, I read
anything.
Secret Window.
Is that
Don't
Stephen
read
King? Yeah,
anything.
That's a novella. Swear to God, I read the. I swear to God, I read the novella of Secret
So a
Window.
novella is like
50
pages.
pages.
yeah, that's awesome, dude.
Yeah,
50 pages. That's like a short story.
I was back in high school.
I don't believe you.
I
Hey,
don't think I
that's
do
okay.
either.
I'm just
okay.
kidding. That's okay.
You were like shit.
I'm glad you read it and you liked it, right?
Who did you picture in the
John
role?
Shooter.
Did you picture Johnny Depp when you were reading it?
Yeah, because I saw it was after I saw the movie.
Yeah.
I had no idea that was a Stephen King thing.
Yeah, me neither actually.
I don't think it's called Secret Window though, is it?
It's called something Shooter.
Yeah.
I forget.
Shooter McGavin.
Yeah,
Yeah, because like Johnny Depp in a fedora is not something I picture. But I wouldn't picture James Franco in a
well,
fedora
no, it wasn't.
either.
What's his face in it? Well, yeah, it was at the end. But what's the guy's name from Burton Fink again? I forget it.
John
John
Turturro.
Turturro.
He was Shooter in the movie
Oh.
until the twist.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Ben got cravings for Mountain Dew and Doritos when we watched that
Product
movie.
placement.
Was there product placement in that movie?
Yeah.
That's really funny.
I also want to say that Gerald's Game is directed by Mike Flanagan,
Yeah.
who seems to be doing
Doing some
I'll
cool,
find- I'll
on
find
every,
out.
Cool
every
stuff.
thing he makes, I think.
I'll find out soon because I got that before I wake. On
Don't
the
tap the. What are you doing?
I got that
You're
before I wake
jiggling
movie
the
on the way.
fucking
Fucking
mic.
jiggly
Yeah,
puff.
that's the one only in Canada, right?
Yep.
That's the one I want. That's the only one I believe I haven't seen. Because
What is it?
Before I wake, it was supposed to come out so long ago.
I remember
at Regal
hearing that.
has the posters.
I
of
remember
Yeah.
hearing that name. Yeah.
Thomas Jane and Kate Bosworth.
Yeah. That's him.
I heard it's really good.
That's cool.
People do like it. I don't know. I don't think it has like a high. It might be in the
'Cause
50s, but that's not
it's
bad.
a weird.
We talked
situation.
Oculus. Oculus is
I
cool.
like Oculus. I like Hush.
Hush was pretty cool.
There's another one.
They just the Ouija 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
I
don't
like Ouija
they,
2 too.
they don't blow me away, but they're just solid
Yeah, I
I
agree.
heard the first one sucked.
Ouija.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
not
but he
him.
didn't do that.
Oh,
Yeah.
But he just has these solid little like spooky fucking
Yeah, kind of like Ty West.
yeah. So Ben,
Yes.
you see anything cool?
I'll just keep the Stephen King thing going.
Yeah, let's do it, baby.
I revisited the Salem's Lot miniseries from 2004.
The Robert, was it
The
Rob Lowe?
Rob Lowe,
I like
Andre
that one.
Brower. I think it's. I don't know if it has a really bad reputation. I don't know.
either.
I think people just may not have even seen it. But
It's
I,
like a
I,
TNT.
yeah,
Didn't we watch it when it was on TV?
I don't know if you did. I did.
I'm pretty sure I did.
I remember watching it on TV, and it was like they did these like weird commercials for it, like during the event. It was 2 nights. I don't know. I just because that was right after I read the book too, so I feel like the movie.
Do you like it more than the Toby Hooper one?
I do.
I think I kind of like them about the same, but there's,
I wasn't big on the Hooper one.
yeah.
You know,
I give them both like a 3.
I remember how did I watch it then? Because we were both really liked that one back when it came out.
I
had to
think I
watched
may
it.
have taped it off of
That's probably what it
back
was.
then, taped it off TV or
Yeah.
something. But they're both adaptations are like it's kind of like how I feel about it too. Like there's the book which does like things that I like a lot, and then each adaptation does things that are similar to the book, but then they'll do things that are completely where I'm like, I
does
don't
Barlow
like this.
look like Nosferatu?
No, it's Rutger Hauer, and he just
Oh,
looks
okay.
normal,
Oh,
which
yeah.
is how he's supposed to be. He's supposed to just be like an outsider. He just kind of comes into town.
No one sees him the entire book until
Yeah.
the end. Well, close to the end, but
It has weird like Iraq war like subtone like
Oh.
things in it because it was
yeah,
of that time,
Yeah,
and they modernized it more. But I think if you like Salem's Lot, it's worth checking out.
I would check it out. I did like the book. I actually started
It
reading.
is goofy. There's
What-
some goofy shit.
What
in it, though.
what sample? Which movie did you use the sample
one.
from?
That one.
The Rob Lowe one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that his voice?
No.
It's Rutger Hauer.
No.
Oh.
Well, Rutger Hauer is the one part, and it's that kid. The kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know your name.
I actually started the Sleeping Beauty's book.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm not going to talk about the actual book. I'm not very far in it, but I've noted like the in Remembrance of Sandra Bland is in that book, and they have all these like modern, like they make fun of Donald Trump, all this stuff already.
It
Like at
just
the very
came out,
beginning,
right?
yeah.
What's
Yeah.
better, that Sleeping Beauty or the Sleeping Beauty with that idiot from Sucker Punch that came out back in 2011?
The Julia Lay one
Yeah.
that premiered at Cannes. You remember that one?
Mhm.
It's,
I
it's
still
like
never saw it.
Oh, the girl from
Browning or whatever.
Yeah,
it
Emily
was.
Browning.
Emily Browning.
Series
yeah.
of Unfortunate Events.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
think I like that much as much as I wanted to. It's like a mixture between the
Mhm.
Sofia Coppola movie and like
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't think I liked that when I
Yeah.
watched it.
Yeah.
So I watched The Bad Batch recently from Anna Lily Amirpour. It was on Netflix
Yeah.
recently. I was very excited to see it. It had some buzz, then didn't have some buzz from the festivals and stuff. I liked it. I gave it a positive rating, but I just feel like there's
Nothing.
What
really
was that
nothing
one
there.
about again?
It's
It's about cannibals.
like post-apocalyptic.
I remember hearing an interview with her about it, but I
Jim
don't-
Carrey is in it. Keanu Reeves, Jason Momoa. I think the characters themselves are cool, but they just don't do anything. There's too much nothing in it.
Yeah, it's all style.
And truthfully, it's not too stylish to me either. Like it doesn't it's not pleasing to me. I don't think it looks that great. I think there's moments where it does, and I think there's moments where the soundtrack works, but like there's just so much it's so hollow.
It is definitely hollow.
And-
I like it. A lot of people hate it. You know?
Yeah, I don't
They
hate
hate
it,
it, but,
it was just very too hollow for me. I understand what they're going for,
yeah.
but it was just not enough
Yeah,
for me.
there's all these cool elements, but it's not wrapped around anything.
Yeah.
Keanu Reeves leads this cult.
And nothing happens.
You don't
with
know
it.
anything about the cult. There's a cannibal family. There's a girl who escapes and gets her leg cut off
And her hand
and
or
her
arm,
hand.
yeah.
And
So I was just kind of disappointed overall because I was very anticipated. I love her previous movie.
I like that one.
yeah, me too. That's kind of hollow too.
But I think that looks beautiful, and,
Yeah,
there was enough there to
Yeah, that has a very thin plot, but it
Yeah.
actually has a plot. you know?
yeah.
Does Reeves deliver his lines as good as he did in Knock Knock? Or
What did you say? Knock knock.
she sucked my cock?
So he was fine in it. Actually, there was moments where like I was like I couldn't hear him because he was like mumbling.
I like Jason Momoa in it. He's
I think he
awesome.
was cool in it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was cool.
You see that picture on the internet of Reeves? He stole paparazzi's camera and was running with it, and
No.
the paparazzi guy was chasing after him. It's so funny.
I'll have to look that up. And then also I watched Fear and Desire, Stanley Kubrick's first movie, and that was a fucking stinker. That guy should have stopped after that first movie.
Yeah, he should have.
Oh, you saw it, Nick?
No, but
No,
he should have.
but it is bad. Do you ever see
He-
it?
I only saw parts of it. It's actually wasn't even you weren't even allowed to
Yeah.
access it until semi recently. He tried to destroy
Yeah.
every copy of it. And stuff.
There's some cool like shots and stuff, but it's
What's so bad about it?
just fucking like
An amateur.
it feels like a student film, and
And
of that
pretty much-
era, which is
Yeah.
like just rough.
Yeah, it's hard. It's like watching Reefer Madness or something.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's stupid.
Yeah, because he was a photographer, and then he's just like, okay,
There's
I'm
some
gonna make a movie.
there's
He
some
w-
very cool shots and some cool
Yeah.
lighting and stuff.
He
it's
but
like
should've
him
quit.
finding his style.
he should have quit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he didn't make
his-
any great movies.
Yeah.
Should have quit.
We're
His
gonna
next 13 movies weren't great.
yeah we're gonna take a break and teach.
He made an overrated one.
What's that?
Tell you on the break.
We're
Not
gonna
in
wait.
Public.
We're gonna wait in anticipation for Nick's.
I know what it is.
All right.
Yeah, me too.
All right, and we're back from our little break, and Nick has decided to grace us with his most overrated his idea of the most overrated Stanley Kubrick movie, and it is what?
The Shining.
The Shining. Why?
Because he's trendy.
An overrated, man.
It's
Good
boring
movie,
reason.
but
Just
not.
too many people are talking about it compared to how good it is.
Yeah. Too many people put it on the pedestal.
Yeah.
That it deserves to be on.
What? Okay. What is? Give me one movie that is a horror movie that's better than it.
Come on now, you know my answer to that. If you want
Halloween.
just one horror movie that's
Halloween.
better than it, there's a lot of horror movies. That
I
are
want
better.
to. Well, I want to. Obviously, if it's in the top 10 horror movies,
I think one of Wes Craven's movies is better than The Shining.
which one?
Nightmare on Elm Street, I would say, but definitely Scream.
What about The Exorcist?
That's overrated too.
Okay,
But
that's
all
that's
the great
another
ones-
one.
But I
like
think The Exorcist is better than The
Shining.
Shining.
So you just don't like classics?
No,
or
I like
something like that?
classics.
But
I like classics.
Okay.
I just think I think The Shining is good, but I don't think it should be preserved in the AFI or whatever the fuck it's being preserved in.
You don't think AFI should sing about it?
Huh?
You don't think AFI?
I'd rather hear fucking Girls Not Grey than probably watch that movie this year. I've seen it so many damn times.
You okay? Maybe you're just.
I mean, it's not. It doesn't have some of the most iconic images in horror.
Is
It does, but
is-
I don't care to see him anymore.
Is
I've
it
seen too many.
is it better than The Shining? No.
So it's overrated because you've seen it too many times.
It's overrated because it's still considered one of the best, in my opinion, and I don't think it is. I think there's a piece to the movie that
Is
is
Psycho
great.
overrated?
No, because that was one of
Is
the
Jaws
pioneers.
overrated?
No.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. You don't think The Shining is one of the pioneers?
Mm.
I would love you to tell me what movies like The Shining before 1980.
Well, there's not many movies that are like it today.
Okay, so you're telling me it's not one of the pioneers? It's not influential? Every movie is like it. Stanley Kubrick's a pioneer for horror movies and all movies, just the way he shoots.
Just because shit's strange doesn't mean it's good. Just because he made some weird shit go on in that movie doesn't mean that it's effective.
I think you're talking yourself into a corner here.
And
Yeah.
Now he's it's fine. We're not even talking about The Shining, but
I'm just trying to use your logic against you, and it's working.
Anyway, before we get into some touchy subjects, what did we talk about, or what do we see, Ben?
First, we will be discussing Shocker. It was written and directed by Wes Craven. It was released in 1989, and it stars Peter Berg, Mitch Pileggi, and Michael Murphy. The plot synopsis is, after being sent to the electric chair, a serial killer uses electricity to come back from the dead and carry out his vengeance on the football player who turned him into the police.
Peter Berg, right?
Who can anybody understand what Peter Berg was saying?
Daddy.
Yeah, no. I think he got CTE in the beginning when he got tackled and then ran into.
I know they kind of set him up really poorly. First of all, in the first scene, one of the first scenes, he doesn't know who his girlfriend is, and and now we're supposed to believe
Like
that he's in
after he
love with-
runs into the pool,
Yeah.
you mean?
That was
Yeah.
a joke, right?
I don't think.
I don't know.
It wasn't set up like a joke.
Yeah, I thought he was like playing it off like a joke, and then like she was like, "No, I'm your girlfriend." And it's
Well,
like, we
I
didn't
don't
have
think it's a
sex
joke
yet.
only because they keep talking about all the concussions. They were setting it up like it wasn't, because they would talk about his like head trauma and how he was distracted and all these things.
Is that why he has all the dreams and stuff? Is that really? Is that why?
That could be. This whole movie was in his head.
I don't think that's what the movie is trying to say, because that would be way ahead of its time.
Yeah.
but-
Yeah, I just did not like Peter Berg in this. I couldn't fucking understand him, and now he's a fucking
Deepwater Horizon director. and-
cop Last Matter director.
Yeah.
But I have a feeling this is like Nick really likes this.
I'd give it a 3.5.
Oh,
Giving a rating right at the top.
episode's done. See you guys later.
I give it a
No,
3.5.
I just,
I liked
yeah,
it.
just because it's like goofy, like slashery, like
Yeah,
wild shit.
I think Mitch Pileggi was miscast.
Is that the killer?
Yeah, I didn't think he was.
I don't-
Director Skinner. I think at that time he obviously wasn't known as Director Skinner.
Oh, is
So that's
from Simpsons?
X-Files.
Oh,
X-Files.
I'm thinking of fucking
Mr. Skinner.
Mr. Skinner.
Ah.
Okay. Oh God. Anyway,
A cartoon.
yeah, I
Like
don't know.
No, it's okay. Yeah. So obviously the people back then didn't. But I think I think this is a fun movie too.
I think it's a lot of fun.
It's just so bizarre and bonkers.
It
little too long.
I agree. I think
yeah.
Towards like once he gets executed, I kind of am starting to
Yeah.
get a little.
And that's
tired
only
of
40
it.
minutes in.
Yeah.
And the thing is this they talk about the rules of TV at the, like near the end. like near the final
It's
battle.
kinda
And this
confusing.
movie has no rules that make any sense.
Well,
No.
I don't. Whoever wrote this doesn't understand electricity and electromagnetic
Wes
waves.
Craven wrote it.
Doesn't understand that electricity and the waves from television aren't the same fucking thing.
I did think that scene was really cool where they were hopping in and out of the different TV.
I think
things.
it's a cool idea. I think it looks fucking stupid.
I
It
thought it
looks
was
bad.
I
And
thought
it-
it was funny.
for its
and it's
time,
so-
though.
I'm sure
bet-
other
I-
movies done it before.
But it looks. I think it looks bad, horrible. It there the I don't mean to like. I'm not trying to like shut you down. Just but like there's a moment where he's like chasing. I think it's cool. Like Leave It to Beaver. But like Peter Peter Berg looks fucking huge. So
yeah, they like the thing is they're always they shoot it so awkwardly because they're always showing the TV set.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? As we watch it, and they're always like right up to the
Yeah.
camera.
So I think it's funny because in my notes I said the TV shit is cool, and then I was like then 2 points down it says TV shit isn't cool anymore because it was just
It
like
does go a little.
yeah, it was a
long.
little too long. Like if it was a little bit of that, and I think like going onto the set of like that weird like gospel show was awesome, and it was like
Yeah.
fuzzy.
It's like Requiem for a Dream.
Yeah, and then they fall like out into like that trailer trash house, and I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
Um,
He just picks up a remote and pauses him and
yeah,
all that's like
I think the ending to me sucked.
they just make up rules so
Yeah.
much. Like when the first time his girlfriend like appears as a ghost or
She
an
saves
angel
him.
and just like gets in the way.
So
where did that come from?
How did he defeat? But-
Trapped him in TV land.
Well,
paused
but
him or whatever.
Yeah, but like, what is that necklace that he keeps showing?
No,
Shocker.
It's like love, isn't it? Something like that.
that's a good
His
question.
girlfriend gave it. to
Yeah,
him.
I know.
Yeah,
It's,
It's
yeah,
like
it's just-
it's like a weapon given to him by his girlfriend.
yeah,
because this guy's symbolic.
I think
of
if you
hate or
think about
something.
it too much,
yeah. You can just
Well, this is a movie that we're supposed to think about.
Yeah.
That's the problem. Is it's supposed to be about sensationalized television and you
Yep.
know how we naturalize violence in
Yeah.
media. You know what I mean? But it just becomes it kind of gets lost in translation.
yeah. This movie.
He always has a socially conscious thing on his mind, which I think is amazing. You know what I mean? But sometimes it just gets
I wrote a line down that I really liked when the bad guy, what's his name in this? It's something goofy.
Horace
It's-
Pinker.
Horace Pinker. He was he's in the electric chair, and the cop's like, that chair really kicks ass.
When he turned into the chair at the end, I was like, okay, that's
Yeah.
a little goofy.
Yeah,
Like the
Nightmare
eyes-
on Elm Street. I'm like,
Yeah.
Yeah, Chekhov's chair, because they like I knew something was gonna happen with that chair because they like zoom in on like it being like the vibratomatic or something. I think that stuff is like kind of cool. It just like I think it takes too long to get wacky, and once it does, like it doesn't stop.
oh
Like,
yeah,
there's so much. Yeah, and I think for both movies we watched today, I got it. Like that's the fun of like Wes Craven. Like it's nonstop for a long amount of time, and maybe, like there's some issues in like also in both movies that some scenes are like a little too long. I noticed.
I
like
think you could cut this movie down 20 minutes.
yeah,
easily.
yeah,
I think if you cut it down like 20 minutes, I'd probably
yeah.
like it a lot more.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Especially, I didn't need some of that stuff in the beginning. Just give me. I think the violence in this is like disturbing. There was some moments with like him killing the families and stuff.
It almost feels like a horror superhero movie.
Yeah,
or
Yeah, like
something.
half of the movie is one kind of movie, and then once it
Yeah.
gets to the other side, it's almost a little too different.
Yeah.
I don't know.
like so I read that Craven was he wasn't happy with whoever was dealing with Nightmare on Elm Street. What is that? New Line Cinema.
Yeah.
And he wasn't getting paid enough. He wasn't getting the royalties. There's some money deal, so he was going to start a new franchise with Universal, and he was trying to have this be a thing. And I think that it's just interesting, but like
There's similarities. With,
Yeah.
like even the opening shot is like a Freddy Krueger style, like him in his workshop kind of
Yeah.
thing from the first one.
yeah,
It feels like it has a lot of rehashed ideas. From
yeah,
Dream
Yeah.
dream traveling.
Dream logic and
and just jumping in and out of things.
Yeah.
And what I think I'm not a huge fan of Nightmare on Elm Street, but like I do think Freddy is so much more powerful, uh, more of a powerful icon. He just has such a look, and I think Pinky or whatever his fucking name is doesn't look that cool. He's
Pinker.
he's wearing like a dollar store fucking costume and like has some like scab.
Did they say why he has a fucking limp?
No.
And I thought it was goofy as hell that every time he possessed someone,
They
they
just
had the
dragged
limp
in their
too.
leg.
He had the limp as like a
The
little
little
kid.
girl. The little girl was.
It would be.
Like,
I think it'd be cooler if he didn't have that.
Yeah,
you know,
I don't know why.
I think they don't want
That's
you to
like-
get confused.
That's
at
our
who he
visual
is.
cue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just
But it would be cooler if we didn't right away.
yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? If like they didn't.
They
Because
didn't
do
have
that
to
with,
do it so many times.
Because Freddy does it. You know, he takes over people's body, and then when he'll just like raise his hand, and it will be the claw. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And it's so much more effective.
Yeah, there's not enough like suspense in this. This is just like wacky
This
horror.
is like this whole movie is like the scene in Nightmare on Elm Street 2 where he comes into the real world and attacks those kids at
yeah.
the pool. It just
Um,
doesn't make any sense.
It just it reminds me of like a fun house, like a fun house or something.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
like crazy wild shit, haunted house style. And I think that's like Wes Craven likes that.
yeah, I
you know.
don't. Yeah, I had fun
Yeah, me too.
without a doubt.
But there's just like some like dumb movie-esque things where like he gets shot by like the possessed cop and then he just goes to
Like why?
his football coach.
Yeah, he goes. Okay, Rhino, his best friend, football player, his football coach.
Rhino is sick.
You know, his dad's a cop.
Yeah.
You know, the detective, and he's going to all the wrong people. He's ignoring. He talks about diving into the water, and then he doesn't do it again until the end of the movie when he knows he needs that.
Oh yeah, he knows exactly where this guy threw a necklace with
necklace.
a pickaxe in a pond.
Yeah. And he just ignores getting it. He could have gotten it. Why is that's like the most important
Yeah.
thing? That's the only way you're going to defeat
There's
this guy.
some very stupid logic in this.
Yeah.
But his buddies did look fucking cool in leather jackets. They were wearing like all when they're like helping him in his like master plan towards the end to capture Pinker. They're all wearing leather
Oh.
jackets.
Oh, with the satellite. Thing
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
When
whatever.
they
Yeah. So why did he call the news with a camera crew to shoot in his room?
it wasn't his room.
Or his family was
It wa-
murdered.
yeah, it was it's a good question. He wanted to he basically knew that he could get him out at that spot. You know what I mean? And I think they wanted to time it so that when he was there they would turn off the power.
Which is
They were just-
also exactly like Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
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 That's.
Bringing him into the world.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then like wait for him and kill him. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess this movie did good at the time.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, it was a smaller budget, and
Number one.
it did really well, I guess.
Well, I don't know if it did really well. I think because they didn't make more, which was the plan.
Yeah, well,
so,
it made money.
Yeah, maybe it was
it-
like critically
like-
why they didn't make
It-
more.
I'm
than
honestly surprised that I don't hear about this movie more.
Yeah.
What about Ted Raimi?
What about him?
He got
Oh,
got axed.
that was
Yeah,
him.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really funny. He's like the coach's like assistant or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. It
He's
doesn't show him that. He just like falls out of a
Closet.
Closet.
He like pulls like a string like for the light and like his body falls out. Or
And he has
something.
a fucking water bed. I fucking hate water beds.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was stupid. Him falling out of the closet.
Yeah. There's
Why
just
the fuck was he up there to go turn on the light? Like he wouldn't.
For a scare.
Like what was he hanging
yeah.
on?
It's clearly just like weird like scary.
They should have
spooky
arrested
shit.
this kid like 5 minutes into this movie.
Peter Berg's character.
Yeah. First of all, they in Nightmare on Elm Street they arrest
Yeah.
they
Well,
arrest Johnny Depp.
No.
No, the kid who
Tina's
watches his.
boyfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
well, his
Yeah.
dad's a cop.
Yeah. I
But-
know.
but- and like he can run on crimes into crime scenes and
But
like
they're just he's murdering cops.
yeah.
Well, he's not murdering them,
Yeah.
but you know,
They-
it
they thought he
obviously
was.
looks like it. Yeah.
Yeah. So much shit was just like, yeah. There was a lot going on, but none of it really mattered to the next scene.
Yeah, I don't know how this guy is so smart, and I don't know what the fuck he was doing in his prison cell at the end when he did that spiritual.
It was like black
TV
magic.
black
yeah.
magic.
Oh, I thought that was cool though. Him like praying to like the wires and like being
Yeah.
shocked.
Well, I mean, how else is he traveling through the fucking electricity?
Like,
there
did
had to have been something like
Did he
that.
know he could do that?
It seemed like
I
it.
feel
Yeah,
like it.
yeah.
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 Who the fuck? How is this guy getting work? Has his TV van everywhere. Is that who he's murdering?
Like
People-
his
his
customers.
customers?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, that could be cool.
How
Like,
hilarious is it that he goes to one?
whoa,
Sorry,
that was me. I'm sorry. My did you get it too?
Yeah.
I heard it.
Yeah.
Okay. He go one of the first murders. His van is just sitting out there in
Yeah.
front of the house where the
Mhm.
crime happened, and they don't even look at it.
And it's funny because they say he's like a genius.
Yeah.
And, like that's like number one thing not to do as a murderer is to be seen.
Yeah, to be at the crime scene.
But yeah, so but this movie is so easy to pick apart for
Oh, yeah.
logically, but like
It is fun.
it's just stupid, crazy, violent fun. And you could see like there are things that they want to have like there's like a message of violence and like
Yeah.
media and stuff. I think it's kind of buried.
Yeah, I do too. It just becomes so wacky.
Yeah. It's like it reminds me of like a cartoon, like a fucking Looney Tunes type
yeah,
of
yeah. Roadrunner.
yeah.
Yeah, I think if it was a little more consistent one way or the other, it would have been better.
Yeah.
Just a little to some wackiness, and then there's some like thriller aspect
Yeah.
from like the beginning.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, but overall I thought it was cool. I'm going to give it a 3. You know, I didn't love it, but I thought it was cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 3 as well.
How about you, Nick?
3.5.
Oh yeah, you already said.
I'll be I'll give it a 3.5. I'm hovering between 3 and 3.5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but I'll be gracious and give it a 3.5.
We're going to take a little break, and then maybe before we go into our next movie, we're going to talk to Ben about why he picked Wes Craven.
Sure.
Cool. Ben, what else did we watch?
We watched The People Under the Stairs. It was written and directed by Wes Craven. It was released in 1991, and it stars Brandon Quinton Adams, Everett McGill, and Wendy Roby. The plot synopsis is 2 adults and a juvenile burglar break into a house occupied by a brother and sister and their stolen children and become trapped.
So I think I said earlier, like the past 5 years is me like getting into horror and understanding why.
Isn't this your childhood spook movie?
Yes, this
Yeah.
movie is my favorite Wes Craven movie. I think.
Yeah, yeah. It's very nostalgic to you.
Yeah, this movie fucking terrified me to the fucking bone,
I remember watching it. I think with you and Jake Andy, and like when I was
Yeah.
in like high school.
and I was like, ah.
Yeah.
But then we also watched it with Donovan,
Oh, did we?
and Donovan,
We watched a lot of Wes Craven movies.
and
with Donovan.
Donovan just because he has like this playful thing, but it's also like scary in his movies.
Some
Yeah.
I wouldn't show Donna like Last House on the Left.
Yeah,
or
that's
something
true.
like
That's
yeah,
true.
yeah.
I mean now he's 18,
Hills have
Yeah.
eyes.
but
Yeah.
but now he won't watch horror movies, so he'll never see it. But yeah. So there's like the movies we showed him a little bit of Nightmare on Elm Street. He's like, I'm not watching this, and he laughed. But we watched People Under the Stairs. Well, there's something about it where like there's a kid and hey, I'm a kid. I can relate to this guy. He's going on adventures and like it's just fucking terrifying. And the people under the stairs, I think I lost the message. I got when I was a kid, I kind of got lost in the message. I was so afraid of the people under the stairs, and they're not supposed to be scary. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're only scary at one moment.
Yeah.
Is when the kid
when
finally
you don't know what they
yeah
are.
yeah when the
Yeah.
kid finds out what they
Yeah,
are.
that
But-
makes me think of the angel character in Shocker kept scaring him when she appeared, and I'm like, what are you
Oh.
afraid of? It's your girlfriend.
yeah
And he just kept screaming even when she showed up like a second later.
yeah. But this movie to me is definitely non fucking stop. As soon as they go into the house, and it's just right after another, and it's so stressful to me. Still, this movie really holds up to me. I fucking love it.
Is the mom in Twin Peaks?
Yeah, and the
And-
dad is too.
and Big
Yeah,
Ed.
I knew
Yeah.
he was, but
Big
I
Ed
was.
and Nadine.
That's why he cast him. That's
She's
what
not
the
a mom in
trivia I wrote.
Yeah, she's mom in this, I guess.
Mommy and daddy.
Yeah, or brother and sissy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Wes Craven cast them because of Twin Peaks.
yeah, I was gonna ask if this was
Which is so funny because these
before-
characters are, especially Ed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Nothing
mean,
like this.
I bet it
well,
was fun.
he probably just got a vibe from them that they could do this or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
You
They
know
have
what I
a
mean?
good look.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
he looks like fucking Frankenstein.
Yeah.
He's just tall.
huge.
Well,
yeah.
he isn't he the werewolf on Silver Bullet?
Yeah. That was the first time I ever
Oh.
saw him.
What's Silver Bullet?
Where
Stephen
Stephen
King.
King.
Oh.
As Corey
Like
Haim,
the
he's like
werewolf or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
on a wheelchair.
Yeah, he has. It's that awesome wheelchair motorcycle. He's
Gary
his
Busey's
dad
the
gives-
uncle.
Yeah, Gary Busey gives
I like
him a
Silver
fucking
Bullet.
motorcycle wheelchair. The kid's like 10 years old and he's going like 60 miles an hour down back roads, like exactly like you
And he
expect.
sees a werewolf.
Yeah, and he sees a werewolf.
Oh shit.
Just like you would expect Gary Busey to be a bad uncle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Irresponsible.
You don't have to do anything for this role.
It's like, please don't get yourself hurt.
But no, I love this movie. It's claustrophobic. It's funny. It's scary. It's disturbing. It's like there's a cool political, not cool, but there's a political message. You know what I mean? That is, not very subtle, but like it still works.
Well, I didn't when I first saw this as a kid. I had no
Oh, of
idea it was
course.
about gentrification
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I didn't know what that was.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? But yeah, it definitely works. I know I could see. It's kind of like Get Out in
Yeah.
a way that people could misinterpret this as racist.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And that's missing the point entirely.
Yeah. Because if you say the plot, two black people break into a rich.
Two black robbers.
Yeah. Break into a house to steal money.
From two white people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you generalize it,
Well,
yeah.
Yeah, but
I think
like,
that's kind of the point.
if you read the plot line,
Yeah.
you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But it's not. It's good satire.
Yeah, these are people that are basically reaping or destroying this community to benefit off of by sending these people. Like the poor lady, she's like dying. His mom.
Oh
and
yeah.
she forgets the rent by 3 days. So
Yeah,
that means
3
you have to
days.
3 days, and you have to triple the rent. And if
Yeah.
you don't pay, you get out. And then
Yeah.
they demolish the building,
and
put
and
in some
like
office space.
Starbucks or something.
Yeah, Starbucks. It's basically a movie about what Donald Trump did to people.
I was gonna say this movie could be remade today and be no different.
It could be a Donald Trump biography.
Yeah. Trump. Do you think Donald Trump Jr. is Roach?
I was like, Tiffany Trump would be Roach.
Fucking Eric Trump and Barron Trump are all his people. on the
Barron
stairs.
is under the stairs for sure.
Oh yeah, I guarantee you've never seen his tongue.
No.
Doesn't have one.
So, but enough picking on Trump kids. Yeah. So, what do you guys think of this?
I think it's a fun movie.
Yeah.
Don't
Good.
love it as much as me.
No, I don't love it as much as you, but I did have a good time. I do like it.
Yeah.
I like the house. It's such a good set piece.
Yeah.
It's like a maze.
Yeah.
I do think I do think it doesn't make much sense as to why they keep these kids there.
They're fucking evil.
Yeah, but they don't want them. They're trying to shoot them in the walls all the time.
Well,
That's Roach who gets away from the cell, or you know what I mean?
who's just like a little rat, like a little vermin in that they just can't get a hold
Tongueless.
of. Yeah.
I like
and-
watching
Moans a
this
lot.
movie. I kept trying to imagine how stressful it would be to live in a house. It's like having rats, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And being like, oh, I have to do something about
Yeah.
this. But instead of doing anything rational, he just shoots holes in the
Yeah, you
walls.
think, like, because they are evil, like, they don't give a shit about doing evil things.
don't
You
want
think they
them-
just kill them all.
Yeah. That doesn't.
But they're sadomasochists, so they like the chase. They
Yeah.
like the pain.
Yeah,
they
that's
like
true.
the,
No, that
you know
is
what I mean?
true.
And they have like this weird religious thing too. They're like Mormons, evil Mormons or something.
Yeah, maybe they don't
He wears
believe.
his big leather daddy suit.
Oh yeah, I think
Yeah,
it's
that's
funny.
what-
After that, I looked at how much they were because I was gonna dress up as him for Halloween.
Oh my
that would be
God.
awesome.
They're probably expensive.
Yeah.
I mean, I found a really shitty like cheap pleather one for like $20. It probably would be it's probably just like vinyl and it'd just be uncomfortable. But
Yeah.
I don't know, it'd be cool.
That's a detail that everybody likes that also doesn't really mean anything to the actual movie.
No, I think it's
just
just
like
like
his hunting gear,
Yeah.
basically.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's just
It's that's what he does when he gets ready for bed.
it's
Yeah.
weird character shit.
Yeah,
that I think is
yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
I just think
No,
this
I think
movie
it's
is
a good-
cool.
I agree.
Yeah, Ving Rhames is fucking chill in this.
He's like a dick some of the
Yeah.
time, and then the other times he like cares about Fool. It's
Yeah.
like hard to.
Yeah, he like locked himself in the closet and
He's
said,
like,
"Go
"Find your own."
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he's a dickhead, but he's just like in the car. He's just like like a chill pro. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Well, bringing Fool in it is hilarious because they need to rob. They want to rob it and they want to bring him in it because they want to use him to get in their house.
Yeah.
But they also know that he has to help his mom pay rent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But the kid fails at getting in their house, and they just use fucking Spencer,
Yeah.
who gets in like it was no problem.
And
Yeah.
then Leroy just like, well, we're gonna go in and get him now. So they're like not.
Leroy is Ving Rhames.
Yeah,
right?
Ving Rhames. They're basically ignoring their plan, and they're gonna
Yeah.
fuck their plan up by going
Yeah.
in early. So it just doesn't make any
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
There's in these movies there's not much like good logic.
Yeah.
Also like physics like so Roach has like a trap door in the walls and the dog is chasing them in the walls and he drops the dog through a trap door and like the dog is like it looks like he's going down like fucking like 5 stories and it's like
There's some weird ADR in this movie too.
Yeah.
Some of the lines like don't.
yeah.
I
Oh,
don't
yeah.
know.
Yeah, I noticed that
They
too.
feel random.
Yeah. But it just made me laugh because the dog is going down like 10 stories on like a slide, and like then it's making like noises that it's like cars braking, like hitting the
Yeah.
brakes. It's like
This is like the cartoon.
That's hilarious because he's in
aspect
like
of
a
it.
box. He's in that like little box where
Yeah.
he's sliding down.
yeah, it's so
Oh my
funny.
God.
But
What was that dog's name? Frank or what?
Prince,
Prince.
Yeah.
That's right.
Poor dog.
Such a
yeah,
good
poor dog.
name.
Yeah, he gets fucking gutted with a.
Bayonet.
But the scene that fucking used to terrorize me as a kid were the people under the stairs, the mutants, and then the girl being punished in the
In the bathtub.
boiling hot water. That
Oh,
was
yeah.
seared into my head as
It's like
a kid.
Mommy Dearest stuff.
Yeah, it really
Carrie.
fucking frightened me. But yeah, the movie's very claustrophobic, and I think it does it well. If like you were saying, the house design is
It's like a haunted man. It's
yeah,
like a haunted mansion.
exactly.
And it nails it so well. It's like that good part of it for the entire movie.
yeah,
You
yep,
know what I mean? And around every corner, something new happens. Whether something is scary is happening or not. You know,
Yeah.
when they're doing just their routine stuff, they're still hiding.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
and I mean. I think all like as a kid, it had everything I liked. It has had BDSM, it had fucking people being scalded. No, but I do love like the little like Home Alone cartoon like slapstick shit where like the
It is like Home Alone.
daddy's getting punched in the balls by like a little. It's
Or
like
it's a brick.
That
getting
kid is
thrown
awesome.
down
He
the
he
chimney.
hits him with the lamp. He kicks him in the balls.
It's like
He
three
just
three
destroys
ninjas.
him. Yeah.
Yeah, he gets like hit in the head with a fucking like a toilet thing and like punched in the balls. It's so funny to me.
That kid's
Yeah.
badass.
And like it does like the zoom in on his face where he's like, oh. So
Yeah, it is funny. It is pretty funny.
Yeah.
I love
Funnier
the,
than I remember.
I love
Yeah.
the end too because obviously they're exploiting all these people in the community and they all
or like fuck you.
they all come together
Yeah.
and say fuck you and
Yeah.
they all show up at his house and unfortunately, you know, people are still shooting guns all over the place and the cops
Yeah.
don't show up even with a crowd of people. He's
Yeah.
in the basement threatening to kill him in the treasure trove
Yeah.
room, you know.
Yeah, yeah. And then it blows up and
Yeah, he
And then all the
he-
money gets
Yeah.
blown out.
He
Yep.
uses the sticks of
Yeah.
sticks of dynamite.
and it frees the people under the
Yeah,
stairs,
where
right?
do you think they end up going?
They
Because they
look-
all like walk away.
They
Where
walk
the-
away.
How the
Well, it's
hell
so
can
funny
they? Where
because
are they gonna
it-
live?
It's so funny because you just see them walking around when like during the closing credits when they're
Yeah.
all outside.
I think that's cool.
I do too.
Yeah.
I think they look awesome when you can actually see them.
Yeah.
Their design's awesome.
I think
And how they're like fighting.
yeah.
Yeah, I love that part.
Yeah,
Oh,
they go ape
the,
shit.
the dude that has like the mask and has like those things over, like he has like a weird like fucking like
It's like
looks-
an old football helmet.
yeah,
or something.
and it reminds me of like the Renaissance or something like that, and like fucking cool mask. Oh, I think they look cool. But yeah, so there's something there where it's like they were also being oppressed. So there's like these two groups of people being oppressed by these horrible rich like fuckers, and like I think like no one bats an eye at these like
No one-
monsters are coming out of this house.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think it's interesting. I think there's something there. You know what
I think the cannibal aspect is kind of random though. They
Yeah.
don't really like go into that too much. Like how I think it's mainly just the dad who just eats.
he was eating. Yeah, I just think that's just another thing to add
Yeah.
to the
What was
to
he
the
eating?
evilness.
I remember them feeding the dog a
He eats
hand.
Leroy. He's eating
Yeah,
like his like
What?
Oh.
Yeah, and
Oh.
and in the beginning when they
Yeah.
introduce, he's like eating a ribs
Something with buckshot.
and he's
in
like,
it.
ooh, buckshot.
Oh yeah, that's so funny.
Yeah.
He's shooting. He's eating his fucking like bullets.
Yeah.
With like shrapnel out.
Yeah.
God, that made me
Yeah.
laugh pretty hard.
But this movie is so much fun to me. This is a perfect Halloween movie because to me Halloween is like some wackiness,
Race relations.
race relations,
Medea's Halloween.
child abuse. But no, it's just like this wackiness and then like also like deathly terrifying and scary. I just love that mix, and it reminds me of a haunted house, and like I watch it, you know.
Yeah, the kink stuff is reminiscent of Trump's golden showers as well.
That's dude,
This movie is literally.
Let's write this script.
There is that one shot of when what's the girl's name?
Alice.
Yeah.
When she's up on the chimney thing.
Yeah.
And then the dad is like going up towards them and he kind of starts rubbing at his dick. Like
There
he
was,
has
like-
to get called back. But that was like the only time you really see something like that.
Yeah, I did notice there was some there was like a weird incest thing, and I think they're brother and sister,
Yeah,
the
they
daddy
are.
and mommy.
Yeah, they are brother and sister.
And are they
old black guy confirms that.
And the people under the stairs are their kids or just
There
they
are kids
stole
they
them.
abducted
Oh, yeah,
and tried to
yeah,
make their own
yeah,
perfect
yeah.
child.
And then they all did something bad that caused them to
Yeah.
be
Yeah,
put
they see no evil,
downstairs.
hear no evil, speak
Yeah,
no evil. They
yeah.
did one of those things, so
Yeah.
they can go downstairs with no ears or tongues.
Mm-hmm.
What is funny is how every time like somebody escape, like when Brandon escape, that's what his name is, right?
No, fool.
Fool. Okay,
Yeah.
that's right. The actor's name is Brandon,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think. How he'll like escape and then Big Ed in my head
Yeah.
will go after him with the shotgun and she's like, no shooting outside, come home. Even
Yeah.
that, you know what I mean? They just ignore it when he gets out, but he needs to die.
But then
Yeah.
he comes back.
Yeah, I know,
So-
because he needs to say, because
And
he's
I think that's cool. I there's something like about like, you know,
not running away from these.
and like
issues.
the kid starts out as like, you know, a criminal, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
but he has to be.
Yeah, he is.
But-
That's what I like. is
But
these
like
criminals-
you're feeling you're siding with the criminal, which you know I'm not saying
He's more like a Robin Hood, though. He's
yeah,
stealing
yeah.
from the.
Well, I think so too, but like it's just like quote unquote
Yeah,
excuse
I
me,
know what you
quote
mean.
unquote like criminal, and but by the end he is a hero.
Yeah.
He's saves this girl. He sees people that need to be punished or justice needs to be served, and also that these people are trapped in there and they're
Yeah,
helpless.
He exposed the real criminals.
Yeah. So there's something cool with that. Also, I wanted what part I didn't remember this at all. He's like when he's first exploring in the basement and he sees he hears a TV
Yeah,
and it's like
on the wall. It's all on the wall in front of a van.
yeah, and like it ends up
Roach.
showing Roach is like watching it.
Yeah, you
But
see
like
his
it's
hand.
of the first Iraq war.
A Desert Storm.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
It was around that time.
Yeah.
Oh,
It was just
that's interesting.
yeah.
I don't think I realized what was on the TV.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
he said something about bombs over
Yep.
Baghdad.
Yep.
Or whatever.
Yeah, which is similar footage to what is playing in Shocker because they always play on those TVs is always
Yeah.
war footage and violence.
Yeah. Yeah, so I just thought that was a very interesting touch. That kind of reminds you that this is a political movie if you're
Yeah.
just like caught up in
That's
the
why
the scariness
that's
of
a
it.
big benefit of this guy.
Yeah.
He has a social conscience and
Yeah.
he makes movies that are about things that are also scary and fun.
So what would you give it, Ben?
I'd give it a 4. It's a childhood favorite of mine.
Same. I'm gonna give it a 4.
I'm at the 3.5.
But
3.5, and I don't think the runtime serviced it well either.
Really?
I think
Th-
it could've been
don't-
shorter.
I feel like that's
I
it's
well,
not as long.
yeah, because I mentioned this the last segment. I think the end scene is just too long. There's like a long moment in the basement where I'm just like, okay,
Yeah,
You
when they're
could-
starting to come in the house and you're like thinking it's over and there's still a
Yeah.
big showdown. in
yeah,
the
there's still
basement
like
between
15 minutes left, and it was just a
Yeah.
little too much back and forth, and I could have used some.
Yeah, you could probably cut a couple minutes off
Yeah.
this easy.
I agree with you, Nick, but this was the fun little spooky movie for me. So we picked Wes Craven, and I thought that Nick was signaling to like stop.
Kind of scratch his back.
So I've never finished Nightmare on Elm Street. So we're watching New Nightmare next, and
Serpent in the Rainbow.
Serpent and the Rainbow. So I've never seen that. So I don't think I've seen some of the screams. So Ben, you picked Wes Craven. Is he just because he's considered a master of horror. Who's more of a master, him or Carpenter?
I think he's more horror-y.
Who?
Wes Craven.
Yeah, I don't know because I feel like I like both of like a bunch of their movies. Like, and then they both have movies that I think are stingers too. So I don't know. I think they don't need to have a king.
No, I know. I'm just
It'd be
teasing you.
interesting to see Music for the Heart or Music of the Heart or whatever the heck that movie's called that Wes Craven did.
Wes Craven.
Oh,
Wes Craven has more
Elvis movie.
Was that?
Well, no, I'm thinking of Carpenter. What?
Wes Craven had a movie
Meryl
that came
Streep
out in like
movie.
95 or 96, Music for the Heart.
Oh, I never.
It's such a random movie that
I think
would
it's
do.
later than that. I feel like it's early 2000s,
Early. I think it's in the 90s.
I think it's
maybe
mid-90s.
99.
Well,
I
don't know.
I don't know.
I'm sure we can find out in 5 seconds.
But
But I'm interested to see that because
it is 99.
that would be interesting to see how he would make a completely
just a normal
different type of movie. Because if you look at his filmography, everything is horror except for that.
I think John Carpenter's probably a better director, but in terms of horror, I think Wes Craven has brought more to
You
it.
got Freddy Krueger and Ghostface, two
Damn.
extremely iconic.
Hills Have
characters.
Eyes, Last House on
And
the
just
Left.
and big he boosted up the slasher genre.
Yeah,
you know what I
he
mean?
helped reinvent it too with
Yeah.
Scream. Like
Yeah.
he took it to a whole other
Yeah.
level.
that was
Yeah.
that was
That's
a
a whole
phenomena.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, he has more misses,
Yeah.
obviously, but I'm sure he's made a lot more movies.
Yeah, for me, he's always been someone I've been aware of, and like I said, Nightmare on Elm Street was one of the first horror movies that I saw as a kid. Like the dream aspect of it caused me to have bad dreams about
Oh
it.
yeah.
It was just
I think it's a genius idea.
yeah. And then I saw Scream as a kid, which I probably shouldn't have seen either. But I mean, he's just always been around in my head. Like
Yeah.
I've always known who he was,
Mhm.
and still like there's so many of his movies that I could just throw on.
And yeah, I think there's this was a good pick. There's these are good movies to to watch again or to revisit. I think.
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
both of these that were me revisiting, but
Yeah.
I already knew how much I like People Under the Stairs.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love Nightmare on Elm Street. I think it's one of the most iconic. I like it more than all the other.
Well,
typical
it's
slasher
such a
ones.
genius idea,
Yeah.
and the same thing I think with Shocker. If it was a little bit more defined, it's
It
just
seems
these-
to me to be the first one that really fucked with the audience. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And
Mhm.
I don't know. I might be missing something, but that's not just so straight. Obviously, other movies with comedy elements came
Yeah.
out, but it just seemed to be more apparent in this one, where he's just like screwing with you, which is funny and scary.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Because
the villain is having fun.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's just so playful.
Has anyone seen Swamp Thing? Because he directed that.
No,
I
I've
saw
never
that
seen
as a
this.
kid.
and I don't. That's not really a horror, is it?
No,
It came out. I think I used to be scared of it as a kid.
Yeah, I mean, I can see
But-
why you'd be scared of it.
Yeah, but I don't
just
know if it's horror.
more like a fantasy
Yeah.
drama action thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember because I remember there being a TV show too that I would watch, and I don't know which I saw.
Yeah.
Vampire in Brooklyn is another
Oh,
one
yeah,
of those. That's
I've never
a
seen that.
comedy, but it has
Yeah.
the horror elements in it too.
Is
Yeah.
that good?
I liked
Is
it.
that
when I
the
was a
Eddie
kid.
Murphy
Eddie
one?
Yeah.
Murphy.
I never.
I remember it was so gory.
I watched like half of it earlier this year. He comes off of like a shipwreck or something. So he's like coming over from like Europe or something. And
Okay.
he's on a boat and a security guard's like, "What's that?" And he pops up and kills.
He also like
Has
later
a bad
on,
reputation.
Yeah, later on he did like Cursed, which I saw that, but I don't remember
Yeah.
how much
Doesn't hold
opinion-
up.
I'm sure it
And,
doesn't.
and
Red Eye.
Red Eye is
Eye,
good.
I've
Red
never
Eye's-
seen Red Eye.
Yeah, Red Eye's a good.
It's been a long time since I've
same
seen
here,
it.
but it's a movie that shows more of his like directorial kind of skill.
And that's like also another movie that I felt was like nonstop.
yeah.
Just it kept going. And we talked about My Soul to Take.
I've never seen it.
I
That's a-
have it, but I've not watched it yet.
I that was his second to last movie, I believe. Was before
Yeah.
Scream 4.
Scream 4, yeah.
It has terrible reviews.
yeah.
I don't think he cared. But shit, I forget what I really like Serpent in the Rainbow. When I first time I saw it, which was a while ago.
Mm-hmm.
But New Nightmare is the one that is like really acclaimed for him.
Yeah.
That I am not a huge fan of,
Yeah.
and I like those
I
movies.
started it Thursday or so.
on accident.
No, I did it on purpose. But yeah, I started it. It was cool. I don't know too much of the Freddy lore, so I mean I know what's famous.
It's meta in a way
yeah.
that leads to Scream.
Has that cool kid from
Yeah.
fucking Kindergarten Cop, so I'm down.
Pet
Oh, yeah.
Cemetery.
Deadly Blessing and Deadly Friend are both good too.
Oh, I've never seen
Those
either
are
of
old
those.
ones, right?
They're old.
80s.
Yeah.
What are they like?
Deadly Blessing is kind of like it takes place on an Amish farm and
Oh,
like,
that's weird.
cultish type stuff.
That's
and
cool.
Deadly Friend is like telekinesis
That's cool.
type stuff.
Yeah, I think he like, I mean I the movies that we were talking about, you know, and even with like the Freddy movies, he has like a core idea that he just like sort of branches out and builds a movie from that I think is like a core genius idea that because like this one he wants to do a movie with like death traps.
It's like he
Like-
gets the idea. and
Yeah,
then he runs
yeah,
it.
and he branches, and I think that's cool. It makes them they're inventive ideas. They're interesting. So yeah, this was like
He's
good
a
pick.
guy I think that didn't want to be stuck making horror movies his entire life,
Oh
and kind of got trapped doing it
yeah,
because that's how he brought his ideas into them. So
Mhm.
he found a way to kind of because even I think Last House on the Left is a socially conscious
yeah,
movie too. So I think that's kind of his way to deal with that because he was typecast in a
Those
way as a
movies
director.
are a little grimier though. Like
Yeah.
that
Oh,
and
yeah.
Hills Have Eyes. They're pretty dark
Is that
shit.
70s?
70s.
Yeah, like
yeah.
that era of just like filmmaking is
Yeah.
grimy. Yeah.
Yeah.
So good picks, Ben.
Thanks.
Anybody have anything else?
We have a Facebook,
Yep.
which is Another Look Pod. We have an email.
We have YouTube, and also we don't ever talk about this enough, but if you go to iTunes, rate and review because we haven't
yeah.
gotten
Helps
any
us
of those in a while. And
Yeah,
that
helps
would-
us get
that
more-
would help.
Yeah, get us up on that list so we can be right below /film. Fuck David Chen. I'm calling him out right now. But hey, thanks for listening.